Hello, I am Catherine. As you know, I make videos about end time. You find them in my website. I put always in the information, or in my second channel, Makt Jesu. And these videos are in English, Greek, and German. I spoke last time, perhaps you saw what happened, and in Eurovision Song Contest in Bâle, you saw last Sunday the mob with all these people, Islamic people and Swiss people and people from Germany, from everywhere. They wanted to attack the Israeli delegation, the singer of the Israelis. They were in a tram. They passed by tram through the city of Bâle, and the mob wanted to attack them. One of these Muslims, I can imagine he's a refugee. Who knows if he's a terrorist? Who knows? He made the movement so he showed he will kill her. Today he makes so for the Israelis. Tomorrow he will make so for the Christians, for the homosexuals, for all other people. And they say, we see the videos of many Muslims who say, first the Jews, then the Christians, then the homosexuals, and then everybody else. This is not the genocide in Gaza, this is genocide for the Jews. This is what is written in the hadiths of Islam. The end will come when the Muslims will kill all Jewish people. This is genocide. But our indoctrinated, manipulated people, through the mass media, through the politics, through in universities and so on, march with the terrorist. Baghdadi, or what was his name, the leader of the ISIS in northern Syria 10 years ago, he said his dream is to take over Europe, the jewel, he said. If we can't take her with weapons by war, then we will send thousands of refugees to Europe. And we know that. Everybody knows. Our newspapers know that. Our politicians know that. What they are doing? Nothing. Because chaos must be to bring the world dictator. And you know, Albert Pike, an American general and part of the Illuminati, he wrote more than 200 years ago that the elite will use the conflict in the Middle East to bring chaos, to bring the third world war, to bring war all against all, and so to bring the world dictator. And this is exactly what we see. So in the last weeks, I made 7-8 videos about Edom, and we are still there. I asked God, is the elite really Jewish, as many people, most of the people believe, and especially the Muslims, or is something different? And God led me to Edom. And I don't want to speak again about Edom. You find the videos in the playlist, or you give the word Edom and you find the videos. You must understand Edom. Edom, people from the Middle East who became Jewish but were not really Jewish, mixed with Rome. When we speak about Rome, we speak about Edom. People who hate Israel with a perpetual hate. And this is why God said in the Bible, I love Jacob, Israel, but I hate Edom. And when we speak about Edom, when we speak about Rome, when we we'll speak now about America, you must understand, we don't meet the people, the simple people. They have no idea. We mean the elite, the powers, the kings, the governments, the mass medias. They know the story, but they don't speak the truth. They say they fight anti-Semitism. No, they bring fire every day. They bring anti-Semitism every day. They bring us their poison every day. So we are going to this chaos, we are going to the Third World War, we are going to the world dictator. I spoke the last time I brought the vision of Ezra. Ezra was the high priest in Israel for the second temple. He came back from Babylon with Nehemiah, with Zerubbabel and other people, and he became the high priest. We have his first book in the Bible, but the second book was in the Bible until 200 years ago, but then it was taken out, perhaps because it became too big to have all the Apocrypha books in the Bible, and the Apocrypha books were written between the Old Testament and the New Testament. So this prophecy is so big, is so important, and all is about Edom, about Rome. And when I read it many times, I thought I will look what are saying other Bible teachers. And most of them are Americans, and most of them, they see here in this vision only America. I don't see it so, but can this prophecy stand only with America? Yes, we will see why. But the next time I explain another version. And you decide what you find is more, is better. So we see the vision of the eagle with the three heads. Israel sees an eagle. He has on the right side 12 feathers, the wing on the right side, 3 heads, and it spread its wings over the whole earth, and all the winds of heaven blew upon it, and the clouds were gathered around it. And I saw that out of its wings there grew opposing wings. It means feathers, not wings, but they had become little puny feathers, but its heads were at rest. They sleep. The heads sleep. In the time of Ezra, 2,500 years ago, the Roman Empire was not here. When we speak about this, remember Edom, Rome, and now America. The symbol of Edom was the eagle. The symbol, we see that in Obadiah, Prophet Obadiah. The symbol of Rome was eagle. The symbol, the seal of America is eagle. And this eagle has 12 feathers, normal feathers, on the right wing, with 2 small puny feathers. The small means that something happens in the time when these Caesars or kings reign or presidents reign. In the middle head was larger than the other heads, but it too was at rest with them. Then I saw the eagle flew with its wings, and it reigned over the earth. And over those who inhabit, I saw how all things under heaven were subjected to it, and no one spoke against it, not one creature that was on the earth spoke against the eagle. The eagle rose up on its talons, and it uttered a cry to its wings, saying, "Do not all watch at the same time. Let's each sleep in its own place and watch in its turn, but let the heads be reserved for the last days." So the heads sleep. And the voice came not from the body, but it came out, not from the heads, but it came out from the body. It means it was the main power. I wanted to say something, I forgot, but it's coming. Yeah. As I watch I wanted to tell you, I put the text of this prophecy in the information. Christopher Glynn has the Ezra book and he reads it. So you find in the last video in the information Ezra's book, Christopher Glynn. So he sees one of the feather on the right side rose up to reign. So it is a president. If we see this only as America, we see a president stands up and begin to reign. And it goes. It reigns over all the earth, and after a time its reign came to an end and it disappeared, so that even its place was no longer visible. Then the next wing rose up and reigned. And it continued to reign a long time. While it was reigning, it came also to disappear. Before it disappeared, a voice said to the second president, to the second feather, "Nobody else will reign even half as you reigned, so long as you reign." This is why many Americans who read this and try to explain begin with President Hoover. They say the first feather was Hoover, because in the time of Hoover, the Council of Foreign Affairs was founded. And the Council of Foreign Affairs has something to do with the elite. And we know from Secretary of State and so on, Mrs. Hilton, that she said she was almost every day in the office, Council of Foreign Affairs, to have advice. So we begin with Hoover. The next president was, I forgot the name, was Roosevelt. How do you say in English? Roosevelt? Oh, a moment. Franklin Roosevelt. He was the second feather because he reigned 12 years, so 3 times or 3 times. So he reigned longer than anybody else, because then, after him, the law was changed that nobody can reign more than 8 years, 2 times. So it disappeared. You who have ruled the earth all this time, I announce this to you before you disappear. After you, no one shall rule as long as you have ruled, not even half as long than the third wing raised. So one after the other, after Roosevelt, the next one, and until Obama. We have on the right side 12 normal feathers and 2 short feathers, puny feathers. It means something happened in their time. What happened? Kennedy was killed. He was out, and Nixon had the scandal, Watergate, or what was the name. So we see from Hoover to Obama 14, 12 normal, 2 puny feathers. Something happened. So we see one after the other, they disappeared. And so it went with all the feathers. They wielded power one after another, and then were never seen again. I kept looking, and in this time, 2 feathers, yeah, they disappeared, yeah. So the 12, 14 disappears. And now we go to the other side, the 6 little wings. On this side are only 6 little puny feathers. It means something happens. They don't reign so long. I saw that the 2 little wings separated from the 6. From this 6, 2 little goes to the right head, under the right wing, and wait until their time comes to reign. Then I saw these little feathers plan to set themselves and hold the rule. As I was looking, one was set up, but suddenly disappeared. A second also, and this disappeared. Yeah. So 2 of them go on this side and wait. So now we have 4 puny feathers. The first one reigns, but disappears. The second one comes and disappears sooner than the first one. Who is that? After Obama, we have Trump, the first one, on this side, the left side. Then Biden. Trump lost the second election. If it was stolen or what, we don't know, but he lost. Biden is coming, the second feather, but he is going quicker than the first. Why? We know Biden had problems with his health, and in the last months he didn't appear anymore. We didn't hear anymore. His team was doing the work, and his team was the team of Obama. So he disappears and he's away. But the third now, what it says. The second disappeared more quickly than the first. While I continued to look, the two that remained were planning between themselves to reign together. And while they were planning, one of the heads at rest, the one that was in the middle, the bigger one, suddenly awoke. It was greater than the other two heads, and I saw how it allied the two heads. Now the three work together, and how the head turned with those that were with it and devoured the two little feathers who wanted to reign. So we have Trump, Biden, and then we have two still short feathers. All of the left side are short. Trump lost the election, the second. Biden comes, he goes, disappears before he is really gone. Now the last two want to reign. Who is there? Trump, Harris. But in the meantime, the head, the biggest head in the middle, wakes up, makes itself one with the two others, and devoured the last two. We know, but the reality is that Trump is now president, the third one. But could it be that something happens? Will Trump finish his presidency? I have seen him dead, and many other people have seen some things. Will something happen and Trump and also Harris, perhaps if she wants to be the next, the fourth feather, disappear? It's good possible. So, yeah, the whole earth. So now we have the heads. They devour the two last wings, and they take control above all the earth. With much oppression dominated its inhabitants. It had great power over the world. Then all the wings that had before him, the Babylonians, the Greeks, the Persians, etc. After this, I looked again and saw the head in the middle disappeared suddenly, just as the feathers had done, but the two heads remained. So we have now two heads, which also in like manner ruled over the earth and its inhabitants. And while I looked, I saw the head on the right side devour the head on the left side. I heard a voice saying to me, "Look in front of you and consider what you see." When I looked, I saw what seemed to be a lion. So we see the middle head wakes up, makes himself one with the two others, the eagle with the three heads, devours the two last people who want to become presidents, disappears suddenly. The red head, the head on the right, devours the head on the left. And when it wants also to disappear, the Lion of Judah is coming and speaks to him. You know, the question now is, most of the Americans who explain this prophecy, they say all this is America, and of course we speak about Rome, This is America. And not only America, also Europe. This is the West. Edom, Rome, we have the Vatican, also Edom, Rome. We have a lot of things. In this prophecy is a lot of things. I believe it's more than America. It's everything that happened between the Roman Empire, from the Roman Empire until the end, Armageddon. It's in this prophecy, but I bring this as only America because many sees this prophecy in this way. I saw 37 years ago that Russia will attack America through Alaska. And not only Russia, China, North Korea, Mexico, Venezuela, Nicaragua. This is the prophecy of the pastor Dudimu. You find also everywhere in internet. Dimitru Dudimu, something like this. Many people saw this. And of course also the terrorists from Iran and the Islamic world, they are already in America. They are also in Europe. They told us if they don't can take us over by war, they will send refugees, terrorists as refugees. We know that they are here. So the question is, who is really the middle head and who is the left head? I will say, if this is so, the left head must be America, not the middle, but all the three reign above the world with a lot of oppression. So the Lion of Judah is now here. And he speaks to the eagle. And he says, I will speak to you, the Most High says to you, eagle. Are you not the one that remains of the four beasts that I had made to reign in my world, so that the end of my times might come through them? You, the fourth that has come, have conquered all the beasts that have gone before, and you have held sway over the world with great terror, and over all the earth with grievous oppression, and for so long you have lived on the earth with deceit. You have judged the earth, but not with truth, for you have oppressed the meek, injured the peaceable, you have hated those who tell the truth, you have loved liars, you have destroyed the homes of those who brought forth fruit. What we see, and especially in the last years, the refugee policy of the UN, the climate policy of the UN, the gender policy of the UN, now the Gaza policy of the UN, they brought division in the West, they brought so much, but we see they destroyed the West, they changed the West so much. When I go out of my house and I see the country, and especially in cities, in train stations, in shopping centers, in the centers of the cities, I ask myself, is this still Switzerland? Is this still Germany, French, England, and? No, it is not anymore. It is something like Islamistan. They know what they do. Why? Because they bring chaos. So, Eagle, you hate the truth because you are Edom from the Middle East. You became Rome. You became the Vatican. You became Europe. You became America. And when I say this, I don't mean the simple people. They have no idea. I mean the governments, the kings, the elite, the banks, the mass medias, etc., who should know the truth, but they love lies, and they bring every day lies. They attack Christianity. They attack Israel. But all the others are good. All the knife attackers, all the rapists, all these murderers, they are good. And God says, I will destroy you, eagle. Who brought forth fruit? It means business. They are destroying business with more taxes, with all these customs Trump brought now, and so on. They destroy everything. Your pride, your insolence, your all this is arrogance came to the Most High. Now he has ended your times. He has ended your age. Therefore you, eagle, will surely disappear, and your terrifying wings, your most evil little wings, the feathers, your malicious heads, your most evil talons, in your whole worthless body, so that the whole earth is free from your violence, may be refreshed and relieved, and may hope for the judgment and mercy of God. I believe if it is America, America must be the left head destroyed by the right. America will be destroyed by the Antichrist, the world dictator, to bring the world dictator. And the world dictator will not be will not be a state. It will be many states. But I will speak more the next time, another version that it could be. But America is in this prophecy, very clear. Edom, Rome, the Vatican, Islam, Russia, everybody is here, from Rome to the end. This is the interpretation we saw. Moment. The fourth kingdom, and we see the 12 kings that reign one after the other, and the two small feathers who went from here under this wing, they are for the last days. They must be the Antichrist and the false prophet, the two beasts. And it says their time is short. And we know they will reign only some years. Until the end days will arise from the offspring of David. The Messiah is coming from David, and he will judge all this wickedness, all this ungodliness, and. You know, some days ago, I was in a coffee shop and I heard two Swiss men speaking about America. And they complained, and one was very angry about America, and he said criminals and this and that. When you speak about America, when you speak about Rome, about Europe, about America, you must separate the elite and the simple people. Because the elite control Europe, the elite control America. Abraham Lincoln was killed. Kennedy was killed. Why? Because they didn't want the elite. Some days ago, the newspapers was full with the words Trump wants to change the leader of the Fed, the Federal Reserve Bank. And many people were again against Trump and this and that. I am not for Trump because I know who he is. But don't you know who is Federal Reserve Bank? The Federal Reserve Bank is not the National Bank of America. It's a private bank. They print money, they sell the money to the government, and the government has to pay back the money with taxes, with interest rates. So can you imagine, can you take a machine and print money for yourself and go out and sell this money? No, they will say you are criminal. They will put you in prison. But the Federal Reserve Bank is allowed to do that. Why? Today was written that something happened with the dollar. The credibility of the US is now putting down. It means something is coming. So the elite reigns decide about America. The elite made wars through America. The elite used Europe and America to make wars. But it's not Europe and America, it's Edom, Rome. These are people from the Middle East who mixed in the West with the powers. They are people who hate Israel, who hate the Christians. And we see that. The mob in Basel, in Baal, they had killed the Israeli delegation if the police was not here. Now we have the Middle East, the hate of the Middle East in our countries. But the kingdom and the dominion and the greatness of the kingdoms under the whole heaven shall be given to the people of the saints of the Most High. His kingdom shall be an everlasting kingdom, and all dominions shall serve and obey him. Jesus Christ is coming after the world dictator to take over and to reign. Alleluia. Come back to Jesus. Repent. Pray. Look for Jesus. Goodbye. God bless you.